Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Nelson, and today I wanted to cover some quick news regarding Nintendo. Everything from the Nintendo Today app seemingly getting an update that allows you to link your personal calendar to the app's calendar, as well as Pokemon Legends ZA getting its release date revealed, as well as some pricing information and some cool pre-order bonuses, but only if you happen to pre-order through the My Nintendo store. And the Nintendo Switch Online app is no more. It is finally changed and updated to the Nintendo Switch app. So, before we get started, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave it a like. It helps out a ton. Subscribe if you're new and hit that bell for notifications to stay up to date with videos just like this. So, without further ado, let's get started. So Nintendo Today received an update that lets you link your personal calendar to the app's calendar. So I guess if you really wanted to keep up to date with Nintendo information and everything that they're dropping on the Today app, then hey, you can integrate your own calendar with that app's calendar and make sure you don't miss out on that friend or family member's birthday, as well as keep up to date with all the latest Nintendo news. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but I guess it's cool. Hey, more power to them for adding this feature. Just put everything together, right? So pretty cool. I'm excited to try out that feature myself and see how well it's integrated into the interface, and yeah, maybe start using Nintendo Today to just keep up with my own stuff and Nintendo news. They've also added two other features, one of them being that you can now favorite content on the app. So if you happen to be browsing one day and wanting to look at whatever they've posted for Metroid Prime 4, but happen to come across something Mario or Donkey Kong related, but you don't want to read that or view that stuff right then and there, you can go ahead and hit it with a favorite and view it later when you get a chance. So hey, that's cool. I mean, I guess that's a great quality of life improvement. If you want to keep up with stuff that you're interested in, but you don't want to read that thing right now, just hit it a favorite and keep it moving. And lastly, they added image zoom. I guess you couldn't zoom in on images before, but now you can. So if you want to look at that Tears of the Kingdom artwork again and just zoom on Link, you can definitely do that. But remember, you can't take a screenshot. They just don't let you do that on the app. Anyway, moving on. It seems that Pokemon Legends ZA is releasing on October 16th this year. We seem to have a bit of information regarding its price point, or at least some aspects of its price. It seems that the Switch 2 version, the upgrade pack for that, will be $10, so very similar to what we're seeing with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. That edition will offer improved graphics and frame rates. Not sure if HDR is included in that, but we'll see when it comes out or as we approach that Pokemon Presents in July. The $10 upgrade pack is what I kind of wanted to focus on. It seems that based on this suggestion, I know I've seen some prices regarding the price of the game overseas, but it seems that we're going to have possibly a $60 standard Switch 1 release for the game, and your $10 upgrade pack will bring that up to a retail price of $69.99 if you happen to just buy the Switch 2 edition of the game physically with everything on the cartridge. So it looks like we'll have a $60 Switch 1 version of the game and a $70 Switch 2 version of the game. I think it's just going to be a bit more apparent going into this next generation that we'll be seeing a lot more $70 games become the standard. Not sure how they'll differentiate between 60 and $70 games, but yeah, it just seems like this is the future. Hopefully, we don't see more $80 games, and we can kind of keep it as close as we can to that $60 standard price tag for a lot of these games. And it also seems that you'll be able to pre-order Pokemon Legends ZA through the My Nintendo store, at least there in the UK. And it seems that you'll be getting some pretty cool pre-order bonuses if you happen to go that route. One of them being, I guess, a standard pre-order bonus would be a statue of the 3 starter Pokemon in the game. And then it seems like they're going to be offering different bundles where you can get a few more goodies based on, I guess, a bundle you can choose, which can include everything from a pin set, 2 figurines of Charizard's different Mega Evolutions, a baseball cap, a mug, and an umbrella. I don't know. Maybe it rains a lot over there in the UK. I think it does. It's pretty cool, I guess. So yeah, it seems to be a My Nintendo store exclusive, at least there for the UK. No word on the North American My Nintendo storefront. So if we look here on the UK site for Nintendo, we can see that when you pre-order either version which being the Switch 1 or Switch 2 version of the game, you'll receive a partner Pokemon figure as a bonus item, which is that statue of the 3 starter Pokemon. And then Mega Evolution, Trainer, and Champion's Choice bundles will also be available. So I'm not sure how they're splitting up all those items, but you'll have 2 other extra options that you can bundle into your initial pre-order through My Nintendo Store, at least in the UK for now, but probably also over in North America and other regions. So yeah, pretty cool. And lastly, the Nintendo Switch Online app has finally rebranded to the Nintendo Switch app. You can see here just before updating, the home screen for the app is pretty bare bones. I mean, they have some specific services listed. They already had Zelda notes listed, and obviously Splatoon 3 and Animal Crossing, and just how to start voice chat. But after you update the app, you'll be greeted with, this app now supports the Switch 2. And then it'll run you through the features. First being that now you'll have the album feature, which you can now upload screenshots and videos from Nintendo Switch 2 and use this app to review the files and save them to your device. There's also the information on Game Chat, and so you'll be able to get notifications when receiving invites to use Game Chat on the Nintendo Switch 2. And this is now the new home screen. So you can now see that everything kind of scooched up a bit, or was lifted up a bit. You can now see that the branding is Nintendo Switch app versus just the online tab that was on the original home screen. You'll be able to see your friends listed in the same spot. The same game-specific services also listed in the same spot, but your voice chat box that appeared under those specific services has now been changed to uploaded screenshots and videos. So anything that's been uploaded from your Switch 2 device will now show up and appear on your home screen, where you can then pick and save the content that you want onto your device. And you'll see that you have a nice little dock at the bottom with your home tab, your game chat tab, and your recording tab, or your album tab is what I'm going to call it. I mean, it's a pretty substantial upgrade, but we're not really going to see the biggest use of it until June 5th, when that console is finally released and people can get their hands on it and start playing their games, and getting all of their screenshots or recordings posted up through the app, and obviously see how well Game Chat has been integrated into this app interface. I'm kind of curious if whether or not this app is circumventing or bypassing any use of the Switch 2. I'm hoping there's a Game Chat interface within the Switch 2 and that you don't necessarily need your phone on hand at all times. Maybe if you wanted to chat with friends remotely while you're not playing your Switch, or if you are remote but without internet connection, you can use the Game Chat feature through the app to communicate with friends that way. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll have to mess around and test that stuff when the console releases next week. But that'll do it for today. I just wanted to cover these few little things. I thought they were pretty interesting, so just wanted to talk and discuss it with you guys here. Leave in the comments below, are you excited for Pokemon Legends ZA? Are you planning on linking your own calendar to the Nintendo Today calendar? And what do you think about the Nintendo Switch app? I think it's a pretty cool, substantial upgrade. I'm just wondering if it's going to be used any more than the Nintendo Switch Online version of the app was, because I never really used it. And I think a lot of people also didn't really use it. Interested in seeing how Nintendo kind of operates the whole new online landscape that they're kind of focusing on with this new Nintendo Switch 2, with Game Chat being a very core focus point in their marketing materials and promotions for the console. Other than that, you guys take care, be safe, and I'll see you later. Peace.